Hi everyone, this is Kriti here and you're watching Chili and Vanilla by Chef Kriti, and today I'm sharing a very traditional North Indian recipe named Panjiri Barfi. This sweet is made with dry fruits and ghee, so needless to say, it's extremely healthy, rich and delicious. This is my mom's specialty and I have improvised it according to our taste preference. It's mildly sweet and perfect for kids and adults alike. So we start by roasting the dry fruits in ghee while maintaining a balance, and I'll tell you how to do that. Firstly, I've taken 2-3 tablespoons of ghee in the pan and I roast Chironji or Charoli. Charoli is a small sized nut and I will share a link to the Wikipedia page for your reference. To roast this small sized nut, the ghee should be medium hot and we'll roast it until it is slightly brown in color. We need not overheat it because it will turn bitter in taste. So until it becomes nice and light brown in color, we roast it. After this comes the edible gum, also called as gond, and we fry that too. When it heats, it puffs up. And that's how you know that it's done. Remember to keep the flame on medium throughout the process. If you like my content, please do like and subscribe and do share it with your friends and family who share common interests. And yes, if you would like to know when I post a video next, do press the bell icon so you will get notified each time I post something new. So you need not start with a lot of ghee in the beginning. Add 2-3 tablespoons and keep roasting the dry fruits. And as and when you feel it's too less, add a little more, just like I did here. I will be writing the quantities of each of these ingredients in the description box below, so you can refer to that. However, the quantity of ghee will not be fixed, so that you can follow the way I have mentioned. If you add a little more ghee in the recipe, it's not going to harm you in any way, so don't worry about it. Now it's the turn for roasting almonds. So you do not need a lot of ghee to toast them. A little bit of ghee goes a long way. Just keep tossing them and cook them until they are slightly brown, slightly golden in color, and you'll also start seeing a couple of cracks on some of the almonds. So that is an indicator that they are also toasted well and they are not raw. So when you toast these dried fruits, all of their nuttiness, the taste gets enhanced and it really increases their shelf life. You can store this panjiri at room temperature or refrigerated for a couple of weeks at length. It has a great shelf life. Just remember to serve it at room temperature. So here I have taken dry coconut. You could either grate it. I cannot grate it, I find it difficult to grate. So what I've done is I cut it into small pieces and then I have shredded it in the mixer jar. So it's become slightly fine and it's not that big in pieces. So it's coarse, but at the same time it's not very big in pieces. Now before you start roasting the coconut, make sure you remove all the excess ghee, because even if there was more ghee in the pan, the coconut would have soaked up all of it. So why put an extra? So if there is any extra ghee in the pan at this point of time, first remove it, keep it separate in another bowl and then toast your coconut. And we toast it until it becomes slightly pink in color. You will see a slight change. It should not become dark or brown or golden or anything. Just slight change in color to pink. And that is it. The coconut will be done. Now it's the turn for makhana, that is fox nuts. These two don't require ghee for toasting, else they'll soak it all up completely. So we go dry with fox nuts too. Clean any black bits on them and toast these until these are crisp and break into, easily they can be crushed into powder. That's how you know that these are done. This is how you find it out. See, it's so crisp it breaks into powder. Now it's the time to grind some of these into a coarse powder. So I start with coconut that has been grinded, but it is grinded into coarse powder. Same is with almonds. We do not need to make a very fine powder. Coarseness really keeps the taste, and at the same time you can feel every bit of it that goes into your mouth. Same is with the gond. So gond, the moment you churn it, it immediately becomes powdery. And same is with the fox nuts. Next step is preparing the sugar syrup. Do not try to reduce the sugar quantity because we really need to maintain a specific consistency for our mithai, the barfi, to set up. If the sugar consistency is not right, the barfi will not set up, and this is the minimal quantity of sugar that you can add into it. It has already been tried and tested multiple times. Now as the sugar is boiling, you will need to know what is the consistency. We need to look for strands that come in between your finger as you touch the sugar syrup. I'll show that to you. In the meantime, I'm greasing the plate. Here you come. You can feel the slight thickness between your fingers and the strand forming. We are not looking for any more thickness or any more heating of the sugar syrup. Once it is reached this stage, switch off the flame, and the ghee, you remember we took out some of the ghee before toasting the coconut. Just put that back in here, and at this point of time we add in all our grinded dry fruits. Remember, we did not grind the chironji, and we need not do that. Everything else was grinded into coarse powder. So all of it goes in here into the sugar syrup, and the gas is already turned off. The moment the sugar syrup reached the desired consistency, we switched off the gas. And now you mix everything very, very well, and that's it. We are done with this. Once it is all come together very, very well, just put it into the plate, and I'll show you how you set it up. Please note, maintaining the right consistency of the sugar syrup is the key to setting this barfi correctly. You will come across a lot of recipes which talk about keeping it in the refrigerator so that the ghee hardens up and that's when you cut it. That's not the right way to set the barfi. It's called Panjiri because it's made with 5 dried nuts: Chironji, edible gum or gond, almonds, coconut and fox nuts. These are added traditionally. You could add any nut of your choice too, but the quantities need to be maintained. So now once we have pressed it all, we need to leave it for some time because the fox nuts, the coconut and all the nut powder is going to absorb the sugar syrup, get completely hydrated, and once it has rested for a few hours or maybe overnight, that's what I prefer, we cut it. And when you cut it, you can cut it into any desired shape, but while taking it out, if the weather is cold, the ghee might have become a little stiff. So you may want to keep the plate on a gas burner for a couple of seconds so that the ghee which is sticking onto the plate will loosen itself and it will be easier to release the pieces. So here you go, our panjiri is ready, full of dry fruits and ghee. It's delicious. It's literally heaven in each bite because it just melts in your mouth and it's so good. You have to try this once and I'm sure you will love it. Do give it a try and let me know in the comments, how did it turn out for you? How did you like it? It's so delicious. You can have it in any season. It is mostly made traditionally in festivals like Janmashtami or Raksha Bandhan or Shivratri. So do give it a try in the festival season and let me know how did it turn out for you. Until then, bye bye.